What's up, Fight Fam? And welcome to the Boxing Bros. I'm Kaden. I'm here with my co-host. They'll introduce themselves.
What's going on? This is Trail.
And this is G.
It's the one and only TBE.
All right, so we're resuming the ratings, and we're rating the last heavyweight before we go to the welterweight division. And that last heavyweight is Oleksander Usyk. That's right. We're going to rate Oleksander Usyk as best we can because he's had 17 professional fights and one at heavyweight. All right. We're going to start these ratings off with none other than Ned, the cameraman. Ned, what do you rate Oleksander Usyk for power?
I rated him a 70, but let me explain why. He's transferring over to a new division. Heavyweight, he's playing with the big boys. So till we see him against the elite competition, I really don't know how he stands against our heavyweights. So I gave him a 70.
All right. G, what do you rate Oleksander Usyk's power?
All right, so let me give an explanation before I give my score. All right. So I had to do thorough research with Usyk. You gotta understand. We're talking about a cruiserweight going into the heavyweight division. So I know people like to hate on my score, but just walk with me. Omi has a 76 KO record as a cruiserweight. Now, I remember the Bellew fight. He did knock out Tony Bellew.
Bellew was on the way out.
Exactly. And when you look at the fight that he had with Joe Joyce, yo, I'm telling you, he hit Joe Joyce, it's hard to say this dude's name, with everything he got, including the kitchen sink, right? And he couldn't drop Joyce, right? And so I look at it as Joyce is one of the few notable opponents that he has because Joyce moved up to heavyweight division. And so when I look at Joyce, you know, you couldn't drop this dude at all. And I seen him punch George Joyce with all kind of punches. That was one thing. And then the one fight that he does have at heavyweight with Witherspoon, yeah, he made him quit on the stool, but homie was 38 years old. And another thing,
he wasn't active.
Exactly, wasn't active. And on top of that, this is the same Witherspoon that lost to Seth Mitchell, bro. So that should tell you something about the quality of opponent that Usyk just fought. So I'm not necessarily sold on Usyk's power as of right now for the heavyweight division. And so because of that, like Ned, I gave him a 70.
Wow. All right, now let's take this time to give a shout out to one of our viewers in the comment section who gave us the idea. If we disagree with a score and we think it should be removed, we're going to throw the towel in on that score. I can't recall the name.
Kevin, I remember his first name was Kevin. So salute to Kevin for that suggestion.
Shout out to Kevin for that idea. That's a great, orderly way to dispute a score, and keep things pushing. So we appreciate that suggestion.
So if you notice, though, now I do my explanation before I give my score because I feel like y'all going to start throwing stuff when I'm talking.
That's the whole reason why you got to get that explanation, man. If you're going to throw out a controversial score. Now, speaking of controversial scores, Trill, how do you rate Usyk's power?
First of all, listen, it's the Olympic gold medalist. It's Usyk. Usyk is amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? He showed me he was a force to be reckoned with by storming through the cruiserweight division. You know what I'm saying? By winning the World Boxers Super Series, the tournament, the cruiserweight tournament, and the way he went through Marek and beating him and becoming undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and the way he beat up Tony Bellew, we ain't never seen nobody beat up Tony like that. You know what I'm saying? This guy can fight. You know what I'm saying? He went in there with Chaz Witherspoon. You know what I'm saying? Who was called in last minute. You know what I'm saying? Chaz was chilling. He was running his car wash. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fighting like 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? He got the phone call. He said, baby, what I'm doing Saturday? She said, you ain't doing shit. He said, all right, cool. Fuck it. I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And he showed up, and he did what he did. He looked impressive. He looked impressive to me. You know what I'm saying? But, look. He got losses against what? His notable losses against the Chris Arreola, Seth Mitchell. Seth Mitchell was on the rise at that point, and he was just coming up. You know what I mean? But Chaz, I was impressed by Chaz. You know what I'm saying? But this was the first time we ever got the chance to see Yusuf at heavyweight. So I'm not going to hold that much against him. You know what I'm saying? It was a new division, new weight. But what I see him do at cruiserweight, I ain't never seen no other cruiserweight do it like how he do it. And least number of fights. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give him his props. I'm going to give him a 90. I'm going to give him a 90. Because I think that once he settles into the division and he gets into his groove, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And shout out to Ukraine.
Trill Dollar Bill giving Usyk's power a 90. I'm gonna give him an 80.
He beats up on people. He
does. So I'll explain my rating system. Usyk is difficult because he dominated the cruiserweight division, and I respect what Trill said. He did it in an impressive fashion. He did it as well as we've ever seen a cruiserweight do it. However, he's stepping up in class. So all the attributes he had at cruiserweight, you have to deduct some points from those attributes at heavyweight because it's just a different division. It's going to be more taxing. He's putting on weight. So I believe at cruiserweight, his power is about 85. So I deduct 5 points in the heavyweight division because I don't believe his power is going to translate or hurt as much as it did cruiserweights. And G pointed out, it took him, he had difficulty getting out cruiserweights. He can hurt cruiserweights. He can stun cruiserweights, but he couldn't get out cruiserweights. He got out Tony Bellew, but Tony Bellew was on the way out. He was talking about retirement before that fight. Tony Bellew's been in wars. Tony Bellew is a soldier, a warrior. There's no doubt about that, but he wasn't, at his apex when that fight happened. So for that reason, I give him an 85. An 80. It's really me deducting for the transition to the heavyweight division. So let's. For Usyk's power, we have a 78.
Smooth.
He's close to what I said, so let it rock. Ned, what do you give Usyk for speed?
Yo, that boy got some fast hands, some nice footwork. He knows how to move around the wing. So I gave him 97 for speed. Yo. He's quick, pretty quick for his size.
All right. G, what do you give him?
All right. So similar to what Ned was saying, Usyk has good hand speed. He has good response time when it comes to counters. And another thing I like about him is he throws like 4-punch combinations. But to be honest with you, the reason why I'm going to rank his speed so high is because of how fast he utilizes angles. And so I think that's his bread and butter. So like the way he sets up angles are really impressive in the cruiserweight division. So I can only imagine how difficult it would be for heavyweights to deal with a guy that moves that fast and moves in so many different directions. And so because of that, for speed, I gave him a 93.
All right. 93 coming from G. In a shocking move, G gives someone a rating over 60. All right. Trill. Trill, how do you rate Usyk's speed?
Usyk, he's fast. He's fast. You know what I'm saying? I give Usyk a 90. His hands is fast, and he's going up there where his hands was fast for a cruiserweight. So we're gonna have to start talking about his hands being, now that he's a heavyweight, we're gonna talk about his hands being the fastest out of heavyweight now. We're gonna have to start putting him in the discussion now as far as heavyweights with the fastest hands. So I give him a 90.
All right, my speed I rated Usyk speed 94. So I'm with G on this one. I think Usyk has really fast hands. At the cruiserweight division, of course they're faster, but like I said, he's gonna lose some of that speed going to the heavyweight division, or at least I have to anticipate that because I've only seen one fight against Chaz Witherspoon, who isn't exactly a world beater. And he is scheduled, or he was scheduled to fight Derek Chisora, and that fight would have told us a lot. It would have been able to answer a lot of questions, but until then, there's speculation, whatever. But I expect his hand speed to travel to the heavyweight division. I expect his speed to travel to the heavyweight division, and so I gave him that rating, which comes to an average of 94. All right, stamina. Ned, how do you rate Usyk stamina?
I rated it a 95, but yeah, I rated it a 95. So only reason it would have been higher, but I deducted a couple points because he is coming to the heavyweight division, and when we see him against some of the top heavyweights, we'll probably see that stamina. We don't know what he could take, like how durable he is, and that will affect the stamina. So I give him a 95 for right now. So.
All right, 95 for stamina. G, what do you rate his stamina?
I actually got him at a 90, but the reason why is because, his stamina was impressive, in the cruiserweight division. But similar to what Kaden was saying earlier, I don't really know how he'll hold up taking like a body shot from like a 230, 240 pound guy, and so I don't know how his stamina will hold up in the heavyweight division. And so because of that, I deducted some points, so I got him at a 90. But I do think it will, it's not like he's going to decline that much. It's just, again, these are bigger boys. If he gets a body shot, I don't know.
All right, Trill, stamina, Usyk.
Piggybacking off of what G said, I got him at a 90 also. But he game. The only reason why I gave him that 90 is because of what he did when he got to the heavyweight division. To me, he didn't look too good against Chaz Witherspoon. So I had to take some away. He seemed like he was a little tired. And that's the first time I ever seen like him tired and looking drained in a fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gave him the 90.
Yeah, I agree with Trill. I think seeing him against Chaz Witherspoon was the first time I saw him look gassed. He didn't throw as many combinations. It was his first fight at heavyweight. Hopefully, he's become accustomed to the weight. He's adjusting to the weight. I can't wait to see his second fight, but I did have to dock some points because he did look gassed to me. Well, I won't say gassed. Gassed is extreme. He didn't look as fresh as he normally looked going the rounds. And so I felt like the weight did play a role, and his stamina wasn't as good as it was at the cruiserweight division. So Trill gave him a 90. G gave him a 90. And fellas, I gave him a 90. So here we go. And that comes up 91 for stamina.
All
right. Chin. How do you rate the man's chin, Ned?
Now, Usyk fans, bear with me. Let me explain.
New division. I like G now, dog.
New division, new chin. And y'all might want to throw the towel in on this one, but I gave his chin a 60 because he's going up. He's in the heavyweights now. He's in the heavyweights. We don't know how durable his chin is. We just don't know how durable his chin is.
Right.
Let me explain. He was calling out Wilder. He said he wanted Wilder. And you think he can take a right hand from Wilder?
I don't know. I got to see it. I got to see it, bro.
All right. I'm just saying. That's why I just got to see it.
No, but hold on. You said a 60, though.
But it's a new division, new chin. It's not permanent.
Even if you're saying, do I think he could take a right hand from Wilder? A lot of people who you gave a higher score for the chin got dropped by Wilder.
True. But they fought in the heavyweight division. I don't know his durability. Maybe he's like he'll fold like paper as soon as his chin gets touched by a heavyweight. That's all I'm saying. I don't know yet.
Yeah, folds like paper.
So why you don't come from
Get out of here, son. Get out of here.
So you doing the towel on that score or what, man?
Yo, I was actually gonna talk trash about the whole towel thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how we gonna violate somebody's score? They come up with their score. That's their score.
Nah, that score's trash.
With that said,
Oh man.
all right, word. All right. Gee, what do you give Usyk?
You know, and this is funny after I done threw the towel at Ned's score. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all might do this to me too. But all right. So how I did it, he took good shots from Tony Bellew, right? This is the same Tony Bellew that knocked out David Haye. So I have to give him credit for that. He also took hard shots from George Joyce, who is now a heavyweight. So I have to applaud him for that as well. But again, that was the cruiserweight division. I don't know how his chin's going to hold up against dudes 220 pounds, 230 pounds, 240 pounds. You see what I'm saying? And so because of that, I don't know if he could absorb those type of punches. And so because of that, I gave him an 80 for chin.
I just say this, him versus Miller, that would be a dope fight. If they could set that up, that would be a dope fight.
Him against Big Baby?
Yeah.
You want the guy who came from cruiserweight to fight the 300-pounder. Yeah.
300 pound steroid user.
That's a great fight.
300 pound steroid user, right.
He might. All he got to do is make it out of like the fifth, and then I think he got it. But Trill, what do you rate Usyk's chin?
Listen, he took some shot. That fight with him and Tony Bellew, like we could say Bellew was over the hill, but Bellew's a warrior, and that fight was amazing. And the fight with Marat, he took some shots, and that fight was amazing. Now, what he did. Now we can talk about Chaz Witherspoon. Chaz Witherspoon still got 29 KOs. You know what I'm saying? Chaz Witherspoon got 29 KOs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? So we was giving other champions credit.
Joseph Raybot.
We was giving champions credit for. So let's give Chaz some credit. And Chaz weighed over 40 pounds more than this guy. And Chaz hit him with some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna discredit him for things that haven't happened yet. I haven't seen him stunned, rocked, or put down. So I'm gonna give the brother a 95 on the chin.
95 on the chin, coming from Trill.
95 on the chin. I can't guess some stuff is gonna happen.
Although I don't necessarily agree with some of Trill's points, like Chaz Witherspoon and his 29 knockouts. I do agree with his conclusion. I can't hold it against him that he fought in the cruiserweight division. What I know is I've never seen him like really rocked or hurt. I never saw Usyk and was like, oh man, this could be it. So I can't be like, oh, but it's the cruiserweight division. I got to judge based on what I see. So for that reason, regardless of the division, I can't deduct points from it because your chin's your chin. We've seen cruiserweights come to the heavyweight division and take a shot. So I can't, so I gave him 100. And that brings the total to 92. All right, footwork. Usyk, Ned, what you got?
It would have been 100 because he dominated the cruiserweight division. It's just moving forward. You don't know how he'll move around, he'll fare up against the elite heavyweights in the division, and that's just all I want to see him fight is just fight this elite. When he was supposed to fight Chisora and that got canceled, that just I just wanted to see how he would handle even some of our lesser talented heavyweights. But I gave him a 95 for footwork. So it would have been 100, but down 5 points because we haven't seen him against top heavyweights yet.
All right, G.
All right, yeah. Usyk has great footwork. He can move in and out of range quickly, and I think that's going to be great for the heavyweight division. He has tricky angles that he utilizes, And another big attribute is he's a southpaw. So that's a rare attribute amongst elite level heavyweights. And not to mention, it's not a surprise, he's like Trill said, an Olympic gold medalist. So all of that, clearly he has great footwork. So I gave him a 92.
92 coming from G. So we have 95, 92. Trill, what do you rate Usyk's footwork?
Honestly, I'm very impressed. I was going to ask the question to you fellas. Did he go to the same Russian dance school that Lomachenko went to? Because this guy's footwork is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I like his feet work. I think everybody that comes from Ukraine, they got good feet work. This all they do. They just dance in Ukraine. But I give him a 95 in footwork because he be moving in there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see what's up.
95. And fellas, my score is 95. I mean, his footwork, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. I agree with everyone. So we come to the average of 94. Heart. How do you rate Usyk's heart? Ned.
Let me explain this. That boy's come from weight to heavyweight. You gotta have a lot of steel. You gotta have steel cojones. Usyk himself, he got like the face of a psychopath, when you look at him, like, you just look crazy. So I rated his heart a 100. He said that 100 right there, because that's a courageous move right there. Move from cruiser. You dominated the cruiserweight. Now you want to challenge yourself, try and take on the heavyweights. So yeah.
All right, G.
100.
I respect your explanation, Ned, man. To be honest, it's hard for me to ever give somebody 100, but I'll say this: piggybacking off of what Ned said, he's on top of the cruiserweight division. He could possibly retire undefeated. So you got to be pretty confident to think you could be the champion of the heavyweight division, And to me, how I look at it is like Joshua 6'6", Wilder 6'7", Fury 6'9". Your man's like 6'3", and like what's Fury's reach? I think Fury's like 85-inch reach, right? I could imagine like Usyk's probably like his reach is probably around mine or something, like maybe like 77, 78 or something like that. You're giving up too many inches fighting elite heavyweight fighters, right? Like these are real big boys. So to have that mindset saying, yeah, I could be champion of the heavyweight division, you got to have heart. And so, yeah, I gave him a 95 for heart because I think that's just amazing to actually do that,
All right. Trill, Usyk's heart, what do you rate it?
100.
100?
He's a warrior. You're gonna be how many people become undisputed champion in 17 fights? That's a heart of a lion right there. That's a heart of a warrior. And then they come up to another division where you're the smallest guy, undersized, and you still campaigning and want to take on the tough challenges, and you calling out the tough challenges. Get that boy 100.
Yeah, so I'll say this about Usyk. 17 fights, undisputed cruiserweight champion. He moves up to heavyweight, which is more than I could say about Triple G, right? Someone like Triple G don't want to test the waters. He want to stay where he's comfortable. But Alexander Usyk wants to be great. Alexander Usyk wants to test himself. He doesn't want to stay where he could just beat everyone. He doesn't want to feast on easy level competition. He wants to see how great he really is. And let me tell you something about Usyk. This dude's a phenomenal athlete. Like, you can see him doing certain things on YouTube that's insane, like throwing chains up, grabbing it, showing off like his balance. The dude is a phenomenal athlete. So when you believe in yourself, you want to see, you want to test your limits, right? You don't want to go to the gym every day and just keep repping 225 as much as you can. You want to see what your max is. If you're someone who cares about reaching your personal best. Some people, they just want to see how many times they can rep 225, and that's cool. Some people, you know, are satisfied with that, but not Usyk. Usyk wants to push himself, and you got to respect that. And so, for me, there's no question in the world that his heart is 100. So,
Yo, and there's another thing I forgot to add about Usyk that I think is real special in regards to his heart. When he does fight, like known fighters with knockout power, he doesn't run. He swarms on them, you know, and that's another attribute towards like great heart that he has.
Usyk's heart overall 99. Boxing IQ, net.
I gave him a 90 for his boxing IQ. You know, he like it would have been a higher. It just he's moving on to heavyweight. I just want to see how he really
How does
handles
that matter? Why does it
composition.
matter? Your IQ, your boxing IQ is your boxing IQ.
Because I
Like,
wouldn't
you
see
don't
how he
lose
is
your
really
boxing
under
IQ.
pressure, how he acts under pressure. So I gave him a 90. You know, I could be a 99 beating up on little kids. As soon as I step to a grown man, I might be like, I'm gonna be a 99 when I step to a grown man.
I don't.
Because your number wasn't bad, I'm not gonna throw the
Yeah,
towel.
exactly. That's the only reason why I'm not throwing the towel.
Yeah.
For your logic, I throw the towel in on your logic, though.
You're moving up in competition, you know. Let's just see how you handle it. You know, that's
Different.
Yo, G,
Yeah.
G, what do you rate Usyk's boxing IQ?
For Boston IQ, I got him at a 93. You know, he's technically sound. He has great footwork. He utilizes tricky angles, you know, and also he slips and weaves before counters. And so these are like crazy defensive skills that I would love to see amongst heavyweight elites. And, you know, just like Tyson Fury, Usyk is unpredictable in the ring. And because of that, you know, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. So 93 for IQ.
True.
Listen, I got the same score as Nick, but I got it for a different reason. All right, just like his fellow Ukrainian Lomachenko, these guys is learning the professional ranks and throwing at a high level of professional fighters at a very fast time. Like how many people you know become undisputed champion at 17 fights? You know what I'm saying? So he's still learning. Even though he's a gold medalist, he's still learning how professional fights go. To me, I think that sometimes Yusuf make fights harder than what they need to be. You know what I'm saying? There's been a couple of times that I wish that he would have went to the body and started sooner, went to the body earlier and stuff like that. But I think he's still learning. You know what I'm saying? And he's moving up to the heavyweight division. Yusuf is only going to get better. He's only going to get better with more fights and more time. So I got him at a 90.
All right, so we have 90. All right. My score is 97. I believe that what you know is important, but also your ability to learn, implement a plan, that factors into boxing IQ. So you don't necessarily know everything. No one knows everything. But when you're taught something, how long does it take you to pick it up? How long before you're able to implement what you were taught? And I think, like you said, he was thrown in there quickly. He became cruiserweight champion. He adjusted to all the difficulties and all the styles that were presented in front of him. He was able to, I'm not saying this about Usyk, doesn't always look like stellar. It's not always the fight you would show to the casual fan to draw them into boxing, but he's always found a way to win. Every time he was in the ring, he found a way to win. And so to me, that's a high boxing IQ. That's why I gave him 97. So we'll average it out to 93. And we'll do the overall.
Moment of truth.
It looked like a Usyk. I'm not gonna lie. It looked like a Usyk.
Not your Usyk with the score you put.
I just gave him. He's all 99s for dominating in the cruiserweight, but in the heavyweight, you know, just got the scale shifts. You know? It's not on par with
Usyk overall.
He looks like a Usyk.
Damn, 92.
Looks like a Usyk.
Added that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But here's what you got to understand.
I had him at a 91.
We're rating skill, right? So it doesn't factor in that he's fighting guys who are much bigger than him. So his skill at his size, fighting someone like Anthony Joshua, who skills may not be as good, but close, is very dangerous for him at his size. You know, that's what I always tell people. It's like Deontay Wilder's skills, like they may not be the best, but if he's fighting someone who's not his size and doesn't, it's a dangerous fight for you. So Usyk is definitely talented, definitely skilled. His rating is high, but doesn't mean he'll beat Derek Chisora. It doesn't mean he'll beat Dillian White, but he has more skills. Like, so, you know, it is what it is.
Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Please check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And check us out, our podcast out on all major streaming services. It's the Boxing Bros. Thank you for your support, everybody.
Links in the description box.